I know a guy who works 30 hours a week. Not 30 hours of grinding, phones off, no bathroom break hours, 30 real hours. And he coaches his son's baseball team on Tuesday nights. He takes Friday afternoons off, and he went fishing 3 times last month. And last year, he took home more money than most contractors pulling 60-hour work weeks. He's not smarter than you. He didn't get a lucky break. He didn't inherit a business or win a contract from a cousin. He just built something different. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what he built and in what order. Hey everyone, Mitch here, one of the coaches at contracting.com. The guy I'm talking about, we'll call him Rob for today. He's a composite as always. Real patterns, real numbers, contractors we've actually worked with at contracting.com. And here's what I want to be upfront about. Rob's 30-hour work week didn't happen overnight. It took him 4 years of intentional building. There were hard months, there were payroll crunches, and there were nights where he questioned everything. But there was a framework, a specific sequence of things he built in a specific order. And because he followed the sequence, it worked. That framework has a name. We call it the fishing test. So today, I'm walking you through every single level. 4 years ago, Rob looked exactly like most of you watching this. Solo operator, really good at his trade, and customers loved him. Referrals kept coming in. And he was billing around $220,000 a year and taking home about $65,000. But he was working 55 hours a week. Every week, no exceptions. He was the estimator, the project manager, the lead carpenter, the customer service rep, the bookkeeper, and the janitor. All of it, all the time. And the worst part, he couldn't see a way out. Every time he thought about hiring someone, he panicked. What if they're not good enough? What if the work suffers? What if I can't afford the payroll? So he decided to stay solo. Here's what Rob told me when we first talked. I feel like I'm running on a treadmill. Every year I work harder. Every year the number goes up a little bit, but I'm not actually going anywhere. The treadmill doesn't stop because you work harder. It stops because you build differently. And building differently starts with understanding exactly where you are. Before I walk you through what Rob built, I want to explain the fishing test, because at the end of the day, it's the lens everything else runs through. And the fishing test is simple. Can you leave for a full week, phone off, genuinely unreachable, and come back to your business that ran without you? Not perfectly, not without any issues, but running. Job starting, customers getting called, invoices going out, money coming in. If you can do that, you'll pass. Right now, almost no contractors reading this can pass that test. And that's not a character flaw, it's a systems problem. The fishing test has levels. Each level is a checkpoint. You cannot skip any levels. We've seen contractors try, and it almost always ends badly. Each level builds the foundation for the next one to come. Let me show you what each level looked like for him. First job was not hiring anyone. His first job was fixing his pricing. Because here's the thing, you can't build a business on broken math. If your jobs aren't consistently profitable, adding employees just makes the losses bigger. Adding overhead just accelerates the bleeding. Rob spent the first 6 months on his journey doing one thing, understanding his true cost per job. Not just materials and labor, his true cost, like his overhead allocation, his own pay, his target margins. Once Rob knew his numbers, something shifted. He started turning down low margin work. He went from $65,000 take home on $220 in revenue to $78,000 on $220,000 in revenue. He also did another thing at level 1. He started writing things down. Every task he did repeatedly, he wrote down the steps. How he ordered materials, how he started a job, how he communicated with the customers. Not a formal manual, just a notebook. It was messy and it was imperfect. But it existed outside his head, and that matters more than people realize. So the level 1 checkpoint, can you price every job with confidence and show your math? Do you have at least the bones of a process written down? When Rob could answer yes to both, he moved to level 2. Level 2 is the first hire. And Rob made it completely different than most contractors. He didn't just post a job and hire the first guy who showed up. He built the training system first. He took his messy notebook from level 1 and turned it into an actual onboarding package. He had task checklists for the 3 most common job types that he ran. A day 1 checklist for new hires. A list of the 10 questions employees ask the most often. It took him about 6 weeks working 2 hours on Sunday mornings to create this. Then he hired one person, not 2, just 1. He ran that person through 90 days of intentional training, side by side, checklists in hand, correcting the checklist when they didn't even match reality. At the end of the 90 days, Rob asks himself 3 questions. Number 1, can this person complete a job to my quality standard without me standing right there? Number 2, do customers still refer after jobs this person has ran? And number 3, are my margins holding on jobs this person has worked on? 3 S's, Rob promoted him to lead hand, gave him a raise, and started the process of stepping back. Level 2 took Rob about 14 months. The first few months were harder, more expensive, more stressful, and there were a few moments he almost quit and let the guy go. But he didn't. He fixed the systems instead of blaming the person. By month 14, his lead hand was running standard jobs independently. Rob was back to the take-home of $82,000, but now he was working 42 hours a week instead of 55. That's 13 hours a week back. Level 3 is where the phishing test becomes real. Rob's lead hand was running jobs, but Rob was still the first call when anything went sideways. He was still doing all the estimates, still handling every customer relationship, still the one who opened and closed every project. The business was better, but Rob was still the ceiling. Level 3 had 2 moves. Move number 1, promoted the lead hand to Foreman. Give him responsibility not just for the tasks, but for the outcomes. He owns the job from start to finish. Customer satisfaction, punch lists, final walkthrough, he handles it all. This required 3 things Rob had to build. A job startup protocol for his foreman so he could run without Rob. A customer communication template so clients could consistently get updates without Rob making every call. And 3, a quality control checklist his foreman used at 3 checkpoints in every job, so Rob could review remotely instead of showing up on the job site. The second move, Rob hired a part-time admin person, just for 10 hours a week. Handles incoming calls, books estimates, sends invoices, chases outstanding payments, and the cost of that was $22,000 a year. But what it freed was Rob's entire administrative time, about 12 hours a week. Now, Rob was estimating, reviewing financials, and handling exceptions. That's it. Week 1 after these changes, Rob went fishing on a Friday. His foreman ran 2 active job sites and his admin handled 3 customer calls. Rob checked in on Sunday night and everything was fine. By the end of year 3, take home was $91,000 and hours per week, 32. Rob didn't get his life back by working harder. He got it by building smarter. Every contractor who passes the phishing test follows some version of this sequence. The ones who try to skip levels almost always end up back at the beginning, burnt out, in debt, and more skeptical than ever that it's possible. If you want the full roadmap, all 6 levels from solo operator to passing the phishing test, it's in the free guide in the description. The 6 levels of a contracting business. Rob is living proof that the levels work, and the guide shows you what to build at each one, how to know when you're ready to move up, and what happens when you try to skip. Grab it free in the description. Thank you for watching, subscribe, because nobody else is walking contractors through this in the way we are, and we're just getting started.